Well, it's a crappy rainy day. I've got nothing to do. Can't fly. The wind's blowing, the skies are gray. Maybe it's time for a little rainy day rig rundown. Hey, this is Chad, and you've probably seen some of my aerial videos that I shoot using my XP2 from X-Pro Heli. And today's a bit of a rainy day. I can't do any flying. It's all windy and rainy. So I figured I'd do a rainy day rig rundown to show you what I'm using right now. It's always subject to change, but this is what I'm using now. My latest acquisition is this XPG gimbal from X-Pro Heli. And what makes this gimbal a little bit different than most gimbals is they're having it so you can set it up to use the GoPro in different configurations. Just about every gimbal I've seen out there for the GoPro is only for use with the GoPro naked. What I like about the XPG is in their utility, they've got settings to use the GoPro either naked or with a battery backpack on it. That changes the weight. So when you change the weight on the camera of the gimbal, it throws everything off. So they've got settings that make it possible for you to change the configuration. Also, as you can see, I've got the FPV cable coming out of the USB on the side of the GoPro. So that also changes the weight. And the gimbal allows you to slide it around to get the balance just right. And also they've got a setting for use with the Blurfix Micro 52 ND filter mount. I don't have that on there right now, but that's another setting. So this, as far as I know, is the most versatile gimbal out there for the GoPro. And I've had some really great results from it so far, and there'll be more to come once the weather clears. Now this is the FPV setup I'm using right now. I've got a Spektrum DX8 transmitter, and I got, which I love, the Iftron Yellow Jacket FPV receiver, and on the quad I've got the Iftron Mondo Stinger transmitter, and they work really great. What's cool about the Yellow Jacket is it's a diversity receiver, so there's two antennas. If it doesn't like one of the signals, or one of the signals is weak, it switches to the other channel, and you'll see it switching back and forth, doing little beeps to let you know that it's changing channels and choosing the cleanest channel for FPV. And I don't get very many dropouts right now. I haven't fully tested it or done stuff behind trees or whatever, but it's a lot cleaner than single antenna units. The monitor I've got it's a quadricopter. I bought it from Quadricopter, and it comes with a rig that can hold your receiver and a battery. It uses a 4S battery, and it's got all the plug-ins, so you just plug into the receiver, and you can also have a second output for goggles if you want to use some Fat Sharks. Now on the product page for this monitor, they also sell a thing called the Universal Monitor Mount, which is a thing that straps on or screws on to my strap loop on my transmitter, and it holds a swivel mount that you put the monitor on. Only this Universal Monitor Mount only supports one brand of transmitter, and it's not Spektrum. So I had to Dremel out this so I could fit it in there. And also the swivel mount they sell is kind of weak and gave out after just a few hours use. So I bought a beefier Manfrotto one, but then I also had to kind of sand down the aluminum on this Universal Monitor Mount so I could fit the nicer swivel mount that actually worked on here. So that's kind of a sketchy situation, and also it's a little bit loose, but I kind of made this padding here that I can kind of shove in, and it just holds it in nice and tight. And because it's a lot of weight here with this battery on here, and those beeps are the channels switching. But so It hangs on your strap, hangs on your chest, and you can look down at the monitor. It's pretty cool. My main complaint about the monitor is you can't really tell, but the image is stretched. The GoPro is sending out a 16:9 image that's letterboxed. It's actually 4:3. Looks great in your goggles, but this monitor is 16:9. Now, for $400, you would expect it to be able to change between aspect ratios, 4:3, 16:9, but it doesn't. Honestly, I tried to get a manual from the guys. They weren't very helpful. They're selling this, but they're not giving any information. So it works because once I start using it, I don't even notice the stretching. You know, I can see what I need to see and I can fly. And I'm flying line of sight and just basically looking at this, using it as reference to make sure I've got the shot. But if I'm in attitude mode, I can actually fly by it. On one hand, I like the monitor. On the other hand, there's lots of little issues for it and it's expensive. And I believe X-Pro Heli might be coming up with a monitor solution that's probably much more affordable. And you can check the link at the top of the description to go to the X-Pro Heli site to check that out. You can definitely get the XPG gimbal there for $400. At least that's the price today. And you can also get the XP2, which is an excellent quadcopter. They've got a lot of stuff coming up there. And X-Pro Heli developing new gimbals for bigger cameras. They might be working on a hexacopter. It's kind of secret, maybe. No date on that, but they're always growing at X-Pro Heli. So this is my Mondo Stinger transmitter by Iftron that I'm using with my Yellow Jacket receiver. And I've put some Velcro on here to kind of hold it on the top. One thing that I do dig is I got a thing called a Softenna. So rather than having some hard antenna aiming up that the signal might be blocked by my frame, I just aim the antenna down through the frame so it's hanging down below where it's more able to be picked up by the transmitter. And a little fan on there because it's a I think it's 500 or 600 milliwatt. Very powerful, very good quality. So basically, all in all, I really do like my current setup. It allows me to frame my shots. I'm really able to get some pro stuff that I didn't think before was possible. The gimbal's working great. Pick one up if you're looking for a gimbal that's versatile for the GoPro. This is another cool product from X-Pro Heli that I just got. It's called the Pro Grip for the XPG gimbal, and it gives you a real stable way to do handheld walking around footage, poor man's Movi, if you will, and lets you walk around. I've already demoed their regular just grip. That's a one-handle grip that's good for if you're like skateboarding or something, but I like this for walking around. I was kind of doing something with a Norbert Sport, but this is a little more small and purpose-built just for the XPG gimbal. You can also get this on their website. Link in the description if you want to check it out. Maybe I'll check this out right now and see how it looks. It's a little dark outside and rainy, but I haven't even tested this out yet, but I just know it's going to work. Okay, let's see what we can get here. Those are my guitars. I have some computer set up. Let's go outside. There's my dogs. Holding it with two hands with the Pro Grip. Walking around. Handheld gimbal action. And we're back. Here's another upgrade I'm doing on my XP2. X-Pro Heli has some new landing gear that they're coming out with soon, and it's to accommodate the XPG gimbal. And what it does, it puts the gimbal out further forward so you're less likely to get props in the shot, and it also helps with balancing the batteries. I'm using 6400 milliwatt 3 cells that are pretty heavy, so it really helps getting a nice CG. And one cool feature now with the new landing gear is removable legs. So you can just unscrew the legs and pack this down, put it in a suitcase, and more versatility. I love it. Again, check the link in the description if you want to check all this stuff out. So there you have it, my rainy day rig rundown, featuring my XPG gimbal from X-Pro Heli and the new Pro Grip for the XPG gimbal. But I prefer flying it on my XP2 quadcopter, which I really love. So I hope you have some great weather to fly in. I'm just waiting around for some. This is Chad. I'll catch you next time.